the vanishing point that has created the original plane to begin with. So we create a vertical reference line to create the trace point on. So a trace point is different than a regular vanishing point. Yes, it is a vanishing point, but it does not exist on the horizon line, though it's contingent on the horizon line because of that vanishing point right below it. So now we're going to create a vanishing point, a trace point below the horizon line, which will create a decline plane. So we'll put one here. So this is going to be TP2. I'm going to draw two lines converging to this trace point. And now you can see its decline pretty easily. And again, I'm going to use my right vanishing point to terminate it. Right there. Now as I draw my, reiterate these lines converging to the trace point, I'm not going to draw over this overlap so I can establish that it is a true overlap. Okay, so I have it going up and now down. Now, one of the things I like to do with these is add tone to it, so to establish that it is an incline or decline. So with this incline, I'm going to make this a little bit lighter to establish that it is an incline and it's separated from the rest of the group of planes. Okay, let's move on. Now with this, I can create another incline. So I'll place a incline here to our third trace point. So this is going to be TP3. Okay, so there's our third. And this is going to be our final incline plane. And I can create another decline. I'll put a decline plane here. Going to TP4. Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, I've never seen planes do this before. But you have. This is an example of how planes work in two-point perspective. You may not recognize it as such, but I will do a drawing on this or a trace over to establish how you've seen things like this before, even though you may not recognize it. Okay, now I'm going to I'm going to terminate it to, let me see, this is going to be VP8. So now from here, I'm going to draw two lines converging to VP8 to create our last horizontal plane. And this will just go into infinity to the horizon line at VP8. So I'm going to go back to some of these lines that are a little bit lighter than I would like. I know when you look at these, planes, I know it can look extraordinary, but like I said, we've seen the aspects of this before, even though we may not recognize it right away. So I'm going to lay a piece of tracing paper on top. And do a trace over, or a draw over. And establish how we've seen things like this before. I guess I should use my straight edge for this. There we go. I know some of you have experienced a runaway roll of ribbon before, or spool of ribbon. So let me get this transition right. There we go. Yeah, it is quite dramatic as it gets closer to the front of the picture plane, but nevertheless, we've seen this before. So let's see where we came from. Multiple vanishing points with incline and decline planes in 2-point perspective. All to do something like this.